Hello folks, this is Shraddha Bharti and today we are going to solve 5 previous year's GATE questions from soil mechanics. So are you ready? And before starting the lecture, there is one important announcement that do visit my community section where I have posted many previous year GATE questions for your practice. Without further delay, let's begin our chapter. So here is our first question. The first question states that a partially saturated soil sample has a natural moisture content of 25%. So let me just write the data first and then we'll solve it together. This question has been asked in the year 2021 civil engineering. So the moisture content of the soil, that means water content of the soil, is 25%, and the bulk unit weight is 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube. So how do we write bulk unit weight? It is gamma total. Gamma total is 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube. Now the specific gravity of the soil solids is 2.5. That means G is given as 2.65, and the unit weight of the water, that is gamma W. Unit weight of water, that is gamma W, is given as 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube, right? Now, the unit weight of the soil sample on full saturation is. So they are asking if the soil sample is fully saturated. That means we have to find gamma saturated. What do we have to find? We have to find gamma saturated. This is our task, to find gamma saturated is what? So here is a simple formula for this, how to find it out. There is an important formula. I would request everyone to remember this formula. Take a note of this. Gamma total is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. So where E is the void ratio. So this is the only equation you have to remember for different type of questions. I'll tell you why. I'll explain you how to use this. So there's another formula that you have to remember, is that relation ES is equals to WG. That is, E is void ratio, S is degree of saturation, W is water content, and G is the specific gravity of the soil. If you remember these two formulas, most of the question can be solved in soil mechanics. Okay. We'll make use of these two formulas over here. So we have to find gamma saturated. So we know in this formula, we know what is gamma T is known, gamma W is also known, G is also known. E, we do not know what is E, and we also do not know what is the degree of saturation of the soil. It says it is partially saturated soil. So we cannot say the degree of saturation is 1 or 0. It is between 1 or 0. It is a partially saturated soil. So what we will do, we will replace this ES by WG. Okay, we'll make use of first relation and second relation, and we can replace this ES by WG. So by replacing ES by WG, we can write gamma total is equals to gamma W G plus WG. In place of ES, I am writing WG by 1 plus E. Now, once we get everything, the only unknown will be E. We do not know what is void ratio. So from this relationship, we'll be finding void ratio. Now, after finding void ratio, what do we have to find? We have to find gamma saturated. So let's see how we will find it out. Let's first find out E. So I'll be solving it in front of you, and I'll be making use of the GATE calculator so that everything is very much clear to you. So 18.5 is equals to gamma W is 9.81. What is the value of G here? 2.65. What is the value of W over here? W is 25%, that is 0.25. I'm writing percentage converted to decimal into again G, 2.65 by 1 plus E. Now we have to find out E over here. So we can write 1 plus E is equals to whatever it is. Now let me just calculate it. So it is 9.81. Let me just take G common. 2.65, 1 plus 0.25, right? There is a immense difficulty while using the gate calculator, which I'll be using in front of you and show you how to use it. So my first suggestion while using the gate calculator will be make very little use of it. Try to solve it manually, because it is very difficult to use the gate calculator, and you might make commit mistakes while using it. So let's do one thing. Here is my gate calculator. I have to find out see 9.81 into 2.665. So one back, 2.65 into now 1 plus 0.25, that is 1.25. I'm already doing it manually. 1.25, I have solved the bracket manually. So it is 9.81 into 2.65 into 1.25, right? So this comes out to be, this is the answer, the whole divided by, so this is the divide by sign, divided by 18.5. 18.5. This comes out to be 1.756, right? So 1 plus E is 1.756. 1 plus E is 1.756. This implies E is what? 0.756, right? This is the void ratio. Now, once you got the void ratio, our next task is to find the gamma saturated. So how to do that? Let me just copy this page once again. So it is the copied page. Now once I'm rubbing few things, the data over here. So once we got the value of E, again we'll make use of the same equation. Again we'll make use of the same equation, that is gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. Here we will write gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. Now, once we know that the soil is fully saturated, we have to find the saturated weight of the soil, right? When it is saturated, once it is saturated, that means the degree of saturation will be what? It will be 1. Yeah. So S will be replaced by 1, and this gamma T will become gamma saturated. So let me write it. Gamma saturated is gamma W G plus E by 1 plus E. So this is the formula for gamma saturation, which you don't have to remember again and again. See, gamma saturated is just when the degree of saturation is 1. When the degree of saturation is 1, gamma T becomes gamma saturated. Now we'll find out what is the value of gamma saturated. So gamma W is how much? Gamma W is given in the question. It is 9.81. 9.81. G is 2.65, I guess. It's given in the question. Yeah. E value we have just calculated 0.756 by 1 plus E. So 1 plus E, I'm directly writing 1.756. Now you have to calculate this. So we have to again use the gate calculator. While using the gate calculator, be careful. 2.65, I'll do the bracket first and then multiply. Okay, 2.65 plus 0.756. So here is the gate calculator. 2.65 plus 0.756 is equals to, so once you get the answer, 2.65 into 0.756, once you get the answer, now you multiply it with 9.81. So here is 9.81. The answer multiplied by 9.81 is 33 point something, whatever it is. Now whole divide by, we have to divide it by 1.765, I guess, right? 1.756. 1.756. So the answer comes out to be 19.02. 19.02. This is the answer, kilonewton meter cube, because everything was in kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, we have put the value of gamma w in kilonewton per meter cube, gamma t in kilonewton per meter cube, so we'll get the answer in kilonewton per meter cube. So option C is the correct answer. Okay students, I guess this is clear to you. If yes, then let's move on to the next question. So here is the next question. Next question says that a sample of 500 gram of dry sand, when poured into 2-liter capacity cylinder, which is partially filled with water, displaces a 188 centimeter cube of water. And the density of water is given as 1 gram per cc. The specific gravity of the sand is. So we have to find what is the specific gravity of the sand. Mass of sand is given as 500 grams. And what is the volume of the sand? Is it given? See, it is given that when it is poured in water, it displaces 188 centimeter cube of water. This means the sand is displacing 188 centimeter cube of water. This means the volume of the sand is 188 centimeter cube. 188 centimeter cube. So mass is given and volume is given. And also the density of water is given as 1 gram per cc. 1 gram per centimeter cube. So we have to find the specific gravity of the sand. Now it is very easy question. Specific gravity will be nothing but the density of the material by density of water. That is 500 grams by 188. If you do, you will get the density of the material, and density of water is nothing but 1 gram per cc. So it is very easy. 500 divided by 188. The answer would be, let me just calculate it for you. 500 divided by 188, that is 2.659. 2.659 is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. The next question says that a soil has a dry unit weight of 15.5 kilonewton per meter cube. So dry unit weight is given. That means density in the dry state is given. Gamma D is equals to 15.5 kilonewton per meter cube. The specific gravity of 2.565, so G is given as 2.65, and the degree of saturation of 72%. So it is 72% saturated. That means 0.72 I am writing, or you can write 72% as well. Consider the unit weight of the water as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So gamma W is given as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. The water content of the soil in percentage. See, the question is demanding the water content of the soil. That means we have to find the water content of the soil is how much in percentage, and round off to the 2 decimal places. So these things are very important, and no option is given in this question. This question was asked in the year 2020 for and 1 marks, for 1 marks only, but you have to be very careful in which unit and for how many decimal places the question is asking. Okay, so again this is very easy. As I have told you, there is one formula. This is very important. You have to mug it up. Gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. This is one formula that is very important. You don't have to remember everything, because I'll tell you how to manipulate it. I'll teach you. In this question, gamma D is given to you. Dry unit weight is given to you. S is given to you. We have to find a W. So see, if the soil is dry, that means the degree of saturation is 0. If the degree of saturation is 0, we can write this degree of saturation will be 0 for gamma D. So we can write gamma D is equals to gamma W. Instead of S, we are writing 0. So everything will become 0. But gamma W into G by 1 plus E. So this is another formula for gamma dry. So I'm just teaching you how these formulas are derived. You don't have to mug up every formula. You don't have to learn every formula. There is only one formula, that is gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. When the degree of saturation is 0, this gamma total becomes gamma dry, and the formula takes the form of this. When the soil is fully saturated, degree of saturation becomes 1 and the formula takes another form. Okay, so this is gamma D. So 15.5 we can write is equals to gamma W, it is given as 10, G is given as 2.65 by 1 plus E. We don't know the value of E. We have to find the value of E first. 1 plus E is 10 into 2.65. Now don't use the gate calculator for such calculations. Use your wit. So 10 into 2.65 is 26.5 divided by 15.5. 26.5 by 15.5. I'll 265 by 155. Yeah. So 265 divided by 155. This will give me 1.709. So it is 1.709. This implies E is how much? 1.709 minus 1. That is 0.709. This is the value of E which we are getting. Now we have to find the value of W. Now there is another relation which I have told you is very important. We will be using it multiple number of times. That is ES is equals to WG. Now the value of E, we know that the value of degree of saturation, degree of saturation is given in the question now, 0.72. G is also given. We have to find out W. Now it's very easy. So we'll put up everything. 0.709. Degree of saturation is 0.72 divided by G, that is 2.65, will give me the value of W. So let me just calculate it. 0.709 0.709 into 0.72. Now I'll request you to use this equal to sign multiple times so that you will never make a mistake. Just press the equal to sign every time using a gate calculator. This will make your calculation very error free. Now we have to divide it by 2.65, I guess. 2.65. So I am also giving you tips while solving the question. So whenever you perform one operation, press equal to sign. Now press equal to sign multiple number of times so that there is no chances of error. So I am getting the answer as 0.1926. So I am getting the answer as water content as 0.1926. But remember the question, if you simply put the answer as 0.1926, your answer will be wrong because it is in decimal, not in percentage. So you have to convert it into percentage. How to do that? 19.26 percentage. 19.26 is the correct answer. So be careful, students, while attempting gate questions, because you are in hurry always, and what happens is you will be calculating everything correctly, and in spite of writing 19.26 you will end up writing 0.1926. So moving on to the next question. Here's the question. It says that given a cohesion-less soil has E max as 0.85, E max is 0.85, E minimum, void ratio E minimum is given as 0.5, and in the field the soil is compacted to a mass density of, so density of the soil is also given as 1800 kg per meter cube. and the water content of 8%. So water content is given as 8%. Take the mass density of water. So gamma of water is given as 1000 kg per meter cube, and the G is given as 2.7. Find the relative density in percentage of the soil. So there is a formula for relative density. Take a note of this formula. Relative density, I'm writing it, denoting it by R. It is E max minus E by E max minus E minimum. That means the maximum void ratio of the soil to the current void ratio divided by the maximum possible void ratio of the soil minus the minimum possible void ratio of the soil. Okay, so here E max and E min is given to you. We don't know the natural or the current void ratio of the soil. If we can find it out by any means, the value of E, then we can find the relative density. So our prime task is to find the value of E. So whenever in the question you will get E max, E min, and you have to find the relative density, there here is the formula for you to find the relative density. E max minus E by E max minus E min. Take a note of this formula. This is important. Now we have to find the value of E. So as I've told you, there is single formula for finding E. Gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus ES by 1 plus E. There is one single formula. Now we don't know, here we don't know what is the degree of saturation. We don't know the value of that. So how to replace this? We know another relationship, that is ES is equals to WG. We'll replace this ES with WG. So let me just write it again. Gamma T is equals to gamma W G plus WG by 1 plus E. Now we know the value of G, it is given over here. We know the value of W, it is given over here. We know the value of gamma W as well. Gamma T or gamma, whatever it is, it's given. So the only unknown is E. We'll find the value of E. We'll put it over here and we'll find the value of R. So this is our plan. So this question makes use of three formula, 1, 2 and 3. Let's do this. So what is gamma total over here? 1800 is equals to 1000 into G. G is how much? 2.7, right? I'm taking G common. 1 plus W. W is how much? 8%. 0.08 by 1 plus E. Now simply we have to find 1 plus E. Now let me do one thing. Divide both sides by 1000. So I think 1000 will be gone and this will become 1.8. Okay, so a little bit of it will be making it easier. 1.E is 2.7 into 1.08 by 1.8. So how much it is? Decimals will be gone. 9 3s are 27, 9 2s is 18. Now 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are okay, 2 5s is 10 and 2 4s is 8. So 0.54 into 3. 0.54 into 3 is what we have to do. So whenever you are giving a GATE exam, please be smart. Please do the easy calculations on your own. Don't rely on the GATE calculator. This is a first tip from my side. So we have to do 3 into 0.54. How much is it? 1.62. 1.62. 1 plus E is 1.62. So E will be how much? 0.62. So once we get the value of E, we will put this value of E in the value of in this and we'll get the answer. So let me just rub everything now. The rest of the calculations, I hope it is clear. So I'm rubbing everything. will be needing only one formula for the relative density. So relative density is E max, that is 0.85, minus E, that is 0.62, by E max minus E min, 0.85 minus 0.50. That will be 5 minus 2 is 3, and 8 minus 6 is 2, by 5 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 35. So decimal points will be gone. It will be 23 by 35. 23 by 35. But we have to find the answer in percentage, the relative density in percentage. Remember this, we don't have to find it in decimals. So 23 by 35 into 100. Okay. So we'll do the calculation. 23 divided by 35. This will give you 0.657. So is equals to, I have done into 100. Let me do it here only. This will give you 65.714. So it is 65.714 percentage, and you have to find it correct up to 2 decimal places. So option number D is the correct answer. So with this, I have completed the session. Hope you liked it. Do follow for more. Do subscribe my channel, and don't forget to visit the community section where I have posted many gate questions which you can solve it mentally. So it will be a mental exercise for you. Do visit the community section and give as many quizzes as you can. With this is Shraddha Bharti signing off. Bye bye and have a nice day.